And now to the question that must be asked every day. We try to do it. Where did the coronavirus come from? Why won't China tell the world? Did the virus come from a lab? This theory is perhaps as old as the outbreak, but for China, it is now becoming a big problem. Because there is more evidence now that supports this argument. The proof is compelling, good enough now to become the subject of investigation across the world. Our next report tells you more.
New questions are being raised about the source of the coronavirus. Questions that Beijing would not like. While there is no substantial proof yet, an investigation is underway in the United States. The Washington Times says that the Wuhan lab is the most likely source of the coronavirus. This claim is part of an unfinished document. It's based on circumstantial evidence that is available in public. But the Americans are not alone in saying this. A leading Russian microbiologist made a stunning claim against a Wuhan lab. Professor Peter Chumakov says in China, scientists at the Wuhan laboratory have been actively involved in the development of a various coronavirus for over 10 years. They did absolutely crazy things, in my opinion. Professor Chumakov is talking about the Wuhan Institute of Virology, also known as Asia's biggest virus lab. It was among the first to receive samples from patients infected by the Wuhan coronavirus. But there are many who claim that this lab is actually the source of this virus, a charge that China has aggressively denied. Recently, the director of the Wuhan Institute of Virology gave a rare interview. He said the facility was not the source of the virus.
I can tell you for sure that none of our retired officials, students or any of our staff has been infected, and we have devoted ourselves to the research of this since the outbreak began.
But a different researcher doesn't reject the possibility of a leak. Louis Pepe with the Chinese Center of Disease Control said the chances of a virus leak are low, but he did not rule it out completely.
The scientific community has come to a consensus on this, which is that the possibility of this virus being artificially engineered is very low. Some scientists jointly published a paper in The Lancet that elaborated on this issue. And also, I noticed recently that the WHO has responded to this kind of conspiracy theories, saying that everyone thinks that the chance of it being engineered or being leaked from a lab is very low.
More than 3 months after its first cases were reported, the origin of the coronavirus remains unknown. Wuhan, the original epicenter of this pandemic, still remains cut off from the outside world. And that may remain the case. China has opposed any idea of independent investigation into this outbreak. But these attempts to escape scrutiny are only hurting the Communist Party. Bureau Report, WION World is One.